Hi everyone, this is Miss McWhite at Oak Ridge Elementary. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mobile sculpture. Let's get started. You'll need a glue stick, some scissors, a piece of paper, and some cardboard boxes. I used a drink box and a cracker box. You want to make sure it's thin cardboard. You're also going to need some yarn or some string. First thing you want to do is take apart the box. And I like to glue a piece of paper to the box just to make it easier to see. If you can find a cereal box or something with a white inside, that's also really helpful. So glue it down and smooth it out. It's going to be very bubbly at first, but just use your fingers and press hard to make sure the bubbles disappear. Now decide what kind of shapes you want. I'm going to use some big circles that I'm going to turn into spirals. And so I'm using a lid to trace around to get my circle, and then I'm going to do it again right underneath. I decided I needed 4 of these. Right now I'm just going to show you 2. And then if you wanted to do a different shape, you can just free draw it. Here I can draw a star and fix it so it's a little bit more even. I'm going to use the folds of the cardboard to create my smaller squares. So you can see it's the same size as that fold. That's going to really be easy to cut out now. I'm going to draw in the spirals and start to cut them out. Cut around it first on the outside edge. I'm going to do that for both pieces. Then go slow to cut along that spiral line. If you want to do a spiral like mine, you can make it have more lines, but it will be a little bit trickier. So less is more here. Cut very carefully so that you don't hurt yourself, and then you can pull out the spiral. I'm going to also cut off this harsh edge and just round it out a little bit more. I'm going to repeat for my other spiral. And again, for my design, I chose to do 4 of these, so later on you'll see I'll have all 4 cut out and spiraled. Pull on it a little bit and you're done. I'm going to cut off just that little corner edge that was left to make sure it's nice and round. There are 2 ways to attach your spiral to the yarn. One way is just to fold over the end and glue it down. Make sure that this is dry before you try to attach it. Make sure that you have a little loop so that the yarn can go through it. And fold, glue, and hold. Make sure that you leave a loop that your yarn will be able to go through. If it's not sticking well, you can try the second method by using a stapler. If you've got one available, you're going to just staple the end down. Next, you're going to need a piece for the top. I have these cake rounds that are already cut out. A paper plate would work great, or you can cut out a circle from cardboard. And you're going to want to make little notches. I chose to use 8 to put my yarn through. If you want to do more, you can. If you want to do a few less, that's fine too. With your yarn, do 6 wraps on your hand, and that should be plenty of yarn. And you're going to repeat that length 8 times, or whatever your number of slots were on your cardboard piece. With your yarn in your hand, fold it over itself, make a little loop, and pull your fingers through. Grab the ends to make a knot. Again, cross it over, put your fingers through the loop, grab the ends, and pull through. This will give you one big knot at the top. Spread out your string. Put one piece of string in each one of your notches. Spread them out. It doesn't matter how long they are right now because you can fix it once they're all in. Make sure there's only one string in each notch. Pull on the middle where your knot is and hold onto your cardboard to pull up on all the strings at the same time. Now you can start attaching your pieces. These are the ones that I'm going to put on the ends. That's where I made that little loop with the staple. So push your yarn through and then tie a knot. Cross it over, put your fingers through the middle to grab the end and pull. Repeat that again so you have a double knot. That way it doesn't come undone. These pieces are going to hang from the bottom of the string, so I'm going to pull on my spiral a little bit. If you chose a different shape, that's okay. I'm going to repeat this for all of my hanging down pieces. If you want to attach a smaller piece without putting a hole through it or folding over an edge, you can use a little piece of paper and add glue to the back of your piece, put the string through, and then glue that little paper piece on top. If you have tape, this also works great. I am just completely out of tape. If you have any paper that's laying over the edge, you can trim those off so you don't see them from one side. Here's what it looks like so far. I was able to hang it up on the back of a door like a coat rack. It might be easier to assemble your piece if you can stand up and do it. You can decide which pieces you want to be longest or shorter. I chose my spirals to be my longest hanging pieces, and my squares are much shorter. I also was able to add smaller squares on top of the spiral string using that tape or paper gluing method that I showed you. So the possibilities are endless. You can use much smaller pieces and put them on top of your strings and then have a hanging piece at the bottom. Here's my completed piece. And it has really cool motion. You can see that here. You could hang it up outside where it's a little bit windy and you could see all of your pieces in action. If you want to paint or draw on your pieces before you attach them, you certainly can, or you can do it after. Here I'm ready to start adding some designs. I hope you enjoy and I can't wait to see your mobiles. Thanks for tuning in.